Very good afternoon. You're watching Lunchtime News here on TV1. My name is Devi Paldada. Now, before we head into your stories in more detail, let's first take a look at your headlines. Air Marshal Sumangala Dias appointed as the new commander of the Sri Lanka Air Force. 2 new ministers and a state minister sworn in today. Select committee appointed to investigate into the April 21st terror attacks convened today. A lawyer who hindered a police constable on duty arrested. France and Germany in dispute over European Union head. In one of your headline-making stories, Air Marshal Sumangala Dias has been appointed as the 17th commander of the Sri Lanka Air Force. President's Media Division said Air Marshal Sumangala Dias received the appointment letter from President Maithripala Sirisena this morning. Educated at Nalanda College, Colombo, Air Marshal Sumangala Dias was enlisted in the Sri Lanka Air Force as part of his 13th officer cadet intake on 13th of December 1984. Former commander of the Sri Lanka Air Force, Air Marshal Kapila Jayampathi, retires today. Sri Lanka Air Force said the president promoted former commander Air Marshal Kapila Jayampathi to the position of Air Chief Vice Marshal with effect from yesterday. Now, 2 members of India's National Investigation Agency has arrived in the island to look into extremism in India and who are involved in the April 21st terror attacks.
The team led by Indian Inspector General Alok Mittal arrived in the island to exchange information on suspects and about people based in Tamil Nadu and Kerala who likely have links with the National Tawheed Jamaat. Indian media reported the objective of the National Investigation Agency is to prevent any similar and possible attacks to India. It was also reported that the discussions will be about people whose names, phone numbers, social media accounts or other details may have cropped up during the interrogation of suspects captured by law enforcement agencies in Sri Lanka. The team will also seek from the Sri Lankan investigators details of the blast's mastermind, Mohammad Zahran Hashim's travels to India. The Indian National Investigation Agency said it has come to their notice that Zahran Hashim had visited India a couple of times to motivate Indians to take part in establishing Islamic rule in the region. An NIA officer said, quote, "Our investigations have revealed many Indian youngsters saw Zahran's videos and got self-radicalized. Whether they are in touch with people in Sri Lanka as well is a matter of investigation," unquote. The Hindustan Times first reported on the 28th of April about Hashim's visit to India and the fact that Sri Lanka was alerted about the attacks in advance following an NIA probe into the Coimbatore module of the Islamic State in 2018. It was reported that the NIA had identified 6 suspects: Mohammad Ashik A, Ismail S, Samsuddin, Mohammad Saliuddin, Jafar Shadiq Ali and Shahul Hamid, who were either in touch with Hashim or got radicalized listening to his speeches. The agency had also found that one of the members of Kasaragod module, from which Riaz Abu Bakr was arrested on the 29th of April, was friends with Hashim on Facebook. Abu Bakr had managed to convince several Indians from Kerala and Tamil Nadu to follow the speeches of Hashim and join the violent jihad. At least 6 Indian ISIS suspects had travelled to Sri Lanka and investigations are underway by the NIA.
15 of the 19 people arrested for acts of unrest and unruly behavior in Minuwangoda recently were granted bail, while the other 4 were ordered by Minuwangoda Magistrate K.R. Samathiwakara to be released. Producing the suspects in court, police said action will be taken against them under the provisions of the Penal Code. Thereby, each of the 15 suspects were released on 2 surety bails of 200,000 rupees each. Police said the other 4 people were not involved in the clashes and thereby court ordered for them to be released. In another one of your headline-making stories, 2 new ministers and a state minister were sworn in before President Maithripala Sirisena this morning. Rajada Manduwa Bandara was appointed as the new Minister of Public Administration, Disaster Management and Rural Economic Affairs. P. Harrison was appointed as the Minister of Agriculture, Livestock Development and Irrigation and Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Development. And Vasantha Senanayake was appointed as the State Minister of Foreign Affairs. A march of the war heroes commenced from Varache, Anuradhapura. The march was held under the auspices of Commander of the Sri Lanka Army, Lieutenant General Mahesh Senanayake. The march will reach the Independence Square in Colombo on the 8th of next month. 78 Sri Lankan Army officers and 600 soldiers will join the march.
This is where we exhibit the Sri Lankan Army that protects the nation. They show the strength of the Sri Lanka Army. This brigade has performed well. They are showcasing their strength to you through this. The 10th anniversary of emerging victorious of the 30-year war will also be commemorated here.
A lady lawyer was arrested for obstructing the duties of a female police constable serving at the Colombo High Court premises.
Police said the law in question had scratched the female police constable when the former was subject to a search when entering the High Court premises. Police spokesperson SP Ruwan Gunasekara said the police constable was directed to the Colombo National Hospital for treatment. Investigations are underway over the incident.
Further 29 people were arrested as a result of island-wide search operations conducted yesterday.
Sri Lanka Army media spokesperson Brigadier Sumit Atapattu said that the suspects were also arrested.
The Parliamentary Select Committee appointed to investigate the April 21st attacks in the country met this morning at around 9:40. Dr. Jayampathy Wickramaratne temporarily headed the proceedings as the chairman of the committee, Ananda Kumarasiri, is overseas. Minister Dr. Rajitha Senaratne and MP M.A. Sumandaran were not present as they were overseas as well. Stay with News First as we bring you the updates from the proceedings.